This video is for NAPSG Foundation and GISCorps volunteers who are going to be on shift for administering the 2018 hurricanes crowdsourced photos. So the primary purpose of this map is to help inform first responders and those that are going to be helping in both response and recovery get a better understanding of what a community will look like. So that's the real primary purpose of this map, and that should help you understand what's needed in order to approve content. If you go over to the dashboard, which is linked to the SOP, you can come here and see recent activity. There's been 7 new photos added today, and there's 8 photos that need to be vetted. And I can see those on the map by clicking on the pie chart. This is just to give people an idea of recent activity, and you can't do any editing from the dashboard. If you're an admin, you'll have permission through the ArcGIS Online group to make edits to the photos. And the primary edits we'll need to make is to turn a field to 0, which means it's yellow, or turn it from 0 to another number. So if it's yellow and it's 0, it needs to be reviewed. If it's green, it's already been reviewed and approved. And if it's red, it's hidden, and there'll be a reason for that, which I'll explain in a minute. So why don't we take a look at my workflow. This is kind of just a giant spreadsheet, and fortunately we can sort. And I'm going to sort by ascending order, and I see a bunch of zeros here that we need to go and review. If you click on the 0, it'll take you to that location on the map, and you can see the information that's been filled out here. Now, your primary role isn't necessarily to edit the data. If you see an error here, you can of course fix it, but only the GISCorps and NAPSG Foundation volunteers really are expected to follow the naming convention, so don't worry too much about that. Just make sure it's appropriate content. The primary concern here is that it is appropriate content. An example of inappropriate content would be someone taking a photo of themselves and it doesn't really add any value to the map. Another example of inappropriate content would be something that shows, bodily harm to a human or an animal that, maybe the public doesn't need to see. We won't delete those photos, we'll just hide them from the public map. So I'll show you how to do that. First of all, this photo looks pretty good. I'm going to check to just get an idea that it's in the right location. And it's a webcam at Durant Station. I can go into any map and probably show that that is Durant Station, but it seems to be correct. So I'm going to vet this photo. So under Shared Vetted, you see it says 0. We're going to come over to Info, and we're going to turn it to a 1. A 1 just means it's going to turn to green and that it'll stay on the crowdsourced story map. Right now we have it so that photos automatically post. If it becomes a problem, we can make it so that photos don't get posted until they're approved. Let's take a look at another photo here. This one looks pretty good, but if it had inappropriate content, the workflow would be go down to Share Vetted and make it a 2, and it'll turn red. Now this one's fine, so I'm going to give it a 1. So that's it. This is a short tutorial. This is a new workflow for us, so let us know how it goes, and don't stress too much. You're doing a great job. You're taking time out to help us, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.